Hello, everybody. Can you listen to me? Just type it to the chat box or the question area. You can listen to me. You can see me. Say yes if you can listen to me. Okay, I got one yes. Okay, fine. Can anybody else confirm you can listen to me, see me here? Just type into the chat box or to the question area that you can listen to me. You can see me. Waiting for your answer. Can you listen to me? Joshan said yes. Can anybody else confirm? All good? Can we start? Hello Ashish, John, LC, Muhammad, Uditi, Caroline, and everybody out there. Can you say yes so we can proceed? Okay, no problem. You can post into the question area. I'm not aware of this GoToWebinar that much, but yeah, question area is fine. You can just let me know there. You all can listen to me, right? Answer into the question area that you can listen to me so we can move on. John, LC, Muhammad. Okay, cool. I got one another guess, so we are good to start here. Okay, so let us start now. I'm going to share you my screen. Okay, so do you see my screen now? There is a logo of Webji over there. One second, let me change my screen for a while. Okay, so I'm sharing my second screen so you see it full screen. Okay, so you see a full screen WebG logo, right? Okay, so I have basically the Asus latest dual screen laptop. It allows me to do something like this. So the next screen, the screen 2 had the webinar slides, and here I am with you. So I'm Anand Maheshwari, and I'm the director at Webji. It's a web hosting white label SEO service provider, and I personally, one second. Okay. So I personally into SEO since year 2005, and I have worked as a volunteer group admin to the Money Robot, the Web 2.0 backlink creator, and also I have worked like a volunteer for many projects, including the Article Forge 1.0. So when the Article Forge started, I was not officially their team member, but my job was, because Article Forge was the first application for your knowledge. You know about Article Forge. How many of you know about Article Forge? Can you write into the question area? How many of you? Okay. So the Article Forge is a project of Word AI. Thanks to Alex, he was the first one who made that project. Like OpenAI was not there, so I was just like their early member, and I given a lot of feedbacks, and like behind the scene, I was not their official team member, so I was working with a lot of feedbacks and chit chat with Alex, and lots of things have been done, and I was just surprised how come computer can write something. And then around a 2 year or something like that period, we had an open AI, and we all know things are so much changed now, so now everything is possible. So I work for Article Force, not as an official team member. I was their like one of a beta tester with my feedbacks. And I also work for the ranking store, because many of our members here may be a member of the ranking store community. Thanks to Patrick and Gary for all their teachings to me, and I'm learning with them, and I'm doing lots of stuff with the ranking store. And not officially, but last couple of years, maybe more than 5 years or 7 years, I'm closely working with lots of feedback shared to the SEO content machine. So it's one of another SEO content generator. And again, I'm not officially there, so I basically love to research around the new products and new technology, and so many things happens. And most importantly, you can see Cora based AI content app. That was my last creation. We had around 400 tests before we launched the app. Cora is a on-page SEO software that creates thousands of rows of sheet for one page of on-page report. And then there is Excel sheet and lots of data. So it may take like 8 to 10 hours to create a Cora optimized SEO content. And for your knowledge, Cora on a technical ground, I can say is one of the best on-page SEO app I ever seen. So whoever use Cora knows what Cora does. It does way deep than any other tool. I don't want to mention the competition names, so pardon me for that. So what I did is, I had a vision that OpenAI is there, so I created a tool that basically create SEO optimized additional content as per the Cora guidelines, and then you update your page and thing works. So that app maybe have been used already by thousands of times, and we have many active members there. Let's move to the next slide. So now, like the last webinar, we have our agenda. So I want to, because in my webinar, mostly I'm there, so I want to stick to an agenda so every one of us know what we are going to discuss. We are going to discuss around 9 points are there in our agenda. We will start with the basics, the common challenges for the SEO optimized content, and we will also see results of our app. We will also see what kind of exclusive features we bring into our app. We will also see a little bit discussion about how it works. If time allows, I can go with a live demo, or I will just show you. It's a very basic app. It's just a form. You just fill in your email ID and a little bit of things, and it would be done. And then we will also have exclusive access to all of you who registered for this webinar, and beta access. And the good thing about the beta access is it's already tested, so things are good at a good level. And the good thing is, during the beta testing, we cover your open AI costs, so you don't have to use even your open AI key. Maybe in the near future, when we launch it, we make it like a credit base, or we make it like you use your open AI key. But again, this webinar is not to sell you anything. I just want to show you what I created, what kind of content it can create, and how it can help you. So it's only for you all, the testers. Now we will also see some of the tools. You use our app or you use any other app, you can use these tools to streamline and make your work process easy. So we will also see those couple of things which I like, those tools online. They are free ones, of course. And we will see how you can reach me, and at the end, if we get some time, then maybe we will also discuss some of the Q&A. So in the meantime, if anybody thinks they have a question, you can feel free to ask into the question area, but please understand, I may be picking those questions and answering them at the end of the webinar, in the last session. Okay, so you can feel free to post the questions if you have. So let's start with our First point, common challenges of AI based SEO content. Like when OpenAI came, everybody started playing with the prompts, and you say, create me an SEO optimized content for web hosting area. It doesn't work that way, right? Do you agree with me? It is not no more that easy that you just write a prompt and you get it and you rank it, right? Do you agree with me? Say yes into the question area if you agree with me. It's no more like that easy that you just write a prompt and you have it. So what are the challenges is because of the AI, all the major search engine, including Google, they are aware of people can produce content in huge amount, and the most, I think, as a technical point of view, the most important concern for them can be how much crawl budget, because when we make pages they have to crawl our pages, right? So they have to be more smarter with their algorithm to combat these kind of AI content flood out there on the internet. And we all do that daily because we create those content. So the point is, first of all, the major challenge which I personally see in the like most of the app is the problem with the contextual understanding. Like, you create a prompt, your prompt is good, but what if Google is ranking a different type of content? So it can be like, if you are going like some type of thing like web hosting services by Webji, if we have this kind of content we created, it should not be in a blog post, right? Because it should be in value proposition, and it should be converted like to be a web page. So like there should be a contextual matching of what is ranking into the Google and what you are writing. So suppose like there is a keyword which is a commercial keyword and it have all the stores. If you create a blog post, maybe most of the time it won't rank. So it has to meet a contextual requirement of what is ranking into the Google. Only that type of content has to be there. The second major issue we see with the AI content is the fluffy part. uh, I heard from many people fluffy is not an English word, but what I mean with the fluffy content is sometimes we see like AI is writing too much, despite the fact, therefore, when, in case, so those consequently, or so that kind of things, and then it is start writing. And if the main problem of AI is, if you ask it, write a article about this topic, say like, now it will write like 800 words, but then you say expand the first part and it will again write you 1,000 more word. Then you say another expansion on this one, then it will write you again another 1,000. So you need to see you know certain kind of restriction, how much to write, what to write. So the fluffy part is that. And then there is a content gap. So what's content gap is like, what I personally see as a content gap is, suppose there is a website, a blog post that is about types of uh, places to visit in New York. If somebody is saying 13 places, somebody saying 20 places, somebody saying 10 places, how Google will decide to rank? So the content gap I mean here is, you need to at least show your content more better organized and more better calculated content to stand there into the Google, index your content, and also get your rank. So there has to be a gap. So maybe like first one is having 5 places, another one is having about like 3 places, but two new places. So your content needs to be better than them. So you need to fill in those content gaps to stand better. Otherwise, any place in the world there can be so many articles already, so why your article ranks better? So you need to give Google the reason, filling those content gaps. And then another, this is a controversial topic, People think Google is not against AI. Some say they detect AI and they won't rank. So when you go to Facebook or any platform, you will see both of sides. You will see some people say AI doesn't matter, it ranks well, and some people will say no, humanized content ranks better. And I tell you, how many of you think like even the humanized content website has been ranked, deranked and penalized over the period of last couple of months? So yes, if we take care of a little bit of degree of AI detection, then maybe it's far better than not taking care of it. So I'm not saying your content should be like 100% human written. If it's from AI, then of course it's from AI. But maybe we can do a little bit of humanization part, of course automatic. So at least we stand better for tomorrow, because we don't know what would be tomorrow. The AI detection will take place into the sub or not. Now, as you see this screenshot, what happened is we have this blog created, types.blog, and whatever the app you are going to have a beta access today, it was actually developed initially a couple of months back. And we started making a test blog. We thought that we have team, we have app, we have the OpenAI and everything, so we started making that way. And why this need came is, you see there is a downfall in the ranking. So what I did is, like, we all get lots of newsletter and advertisement on the Facebook. So I buy two leading apps and I put their content in bulk, and my ranking went down. And then I realized that I need my own app. I need the way content I need. So then we started, updating our blog. So you see on this slide now that after for last 2-3 months there is a significant growth. And you also see the same time Google have so many major updates related to their subs in last 3-4 months itself. So the site is doing well and is on highest surface traffic. We have around millions of impression and thousands of clicks. And also what we did in this case, we did nothing special. Whatever the app I created, we just refreshed, suppose say like a couple of hundred of posts, just that. We only refreshed the content and put some images there, and we did nothing else. So we did not created any new content that much, but we tried to update those content. And I picked those one which were crawled but not indexed. So that's where we started seeing this growth. This is another local service niche client, because a client is having a certain budget, so we need to work in that way. So what we did is we created some of the content for their web page, some of the content for their blog post, and we managed to have their traffic, like, not too much, but it's a local niche, local service and a niche. And it's a local service, and we managed to have 4 times their clicks to their website, and the site is growing in a couple of last 6 months compared to the previous 6 months. Then there is a physiotherapist in my own city, and that physiotherapist came to us, say like, just 1 minute, let me close my notifications for Skype. Okay, so the client came to us like July. Their website was, of course, not much SEO was done. So what we did is we did the technical audit, and then we created the content, and we published those content, and we have reached a good level. So what you see after the July, somewhere he joined us, and then there is a good amount of increase in the traffic. Of course, we don't know what their techs were doing in past in January, because the project came to us in July, August somewhere. And then there is a real estate client. It also came to us somewhere July, August, and we managed to have a good increase in traffic with just couple of 10-20 pages or 30 pages created, post created. That's the max we did. So now let's come to our tool. What kind of feature we have? I know you all are curious to know what is inside this treasure box in this webinar. So the first point is we create content as per the query context. So what our app does is it only asks you for the keyword, and you need a web page or a blog post or listicle, and then it also asks you what is your email ID, and it actually goes to the live Google search and it reads what kind of content is ranking there, and then it makes moreover 50 notes on what kind of writing style or content grading, I mean readability score, and moreover 50 points of like notes it create before it goes to even further. So it actually does a, a job that it understand the query context. Yeah, Noel, sorry to all to interrupt you. Noel, there would be recording, so yes, you will have that. So it create the content, it start the first job it do, it reads the Google top 4 search result, it reads them, and then it decide what kind of content we need to create, and it makes more over 50 data points of what kind of writing style or what kind of thing has to be written. Then second step, it create the outline based on the ranking content. It reads all the 4 competition, it reads what kind of content they have in their heading and structure of the content, and then it takes notes. Produce the content and deliver it via email. Yeah, so unlike the other one, because I'm not a developer, I'm a research person, so I have made this app in a very easy way. You fill a form, you get your content on your mail. Now you can forward that mail after your review to your team member, whoever do the blog post or whatever for you. So right now our app just deliver it to your email. Maybe we can have WordPress integration or something like that in the near future. And the most important thing is when we go with the AI app that have unlimited words, to accumulate your unlimited content need, they have to reduce their AI cost. And the more number of query they have, the more AI cost they will have. So that's not our case. In our case, right now we are using the Gemini, GPT-4o, GPT-4o Mini, and Cloud A at various stats. Yes, all 4 LLM are mixed combined, because I have been testing lots. Which one works better for outline? Which one works better for deciding the NLPs? And after so much research, I have came to know a balance where we can utilize all of these and we can create our content. It also take care of your LSI and entities, of course. So it grabs it from there. Now, the most important part is the 6th one. I'm not sure the other app, but in our app, I can say there are well over 90 steps. It's 90 steps of processing and prompts chain and filtering before the content is delivered. So it takes around 5 to 7 minutes for the app to create the content and deliver it to you on your mail. But they are behind the scene 90 plus steps. Yeah. Now, about the humanization, a lot of my friends want to know about this part. I have personally tested our output of our app in major 4 or 5 detection tools. I like the Quill one better, and because we have officially in our office the Quill bot, so we check it there, and it's unlimited, I think, in our team members. So around 20 to 50. 20 is very less, I know, but generally it would be 40-50. I just say 20 because I don't know which tool you are going to use, and maybe that tool say you 20 or 30, but in average it takes like 40 to 50% of the content is almost humanized. So that level of humanization is done also within those 90 steps of the content writing. So now we come to the 4th part of our today's webinar agenda, how this app works. First, we give you a license. License is your email ID. And once you have the license, you will have it on email, of course, and then all the registrant will have the access. So I will be sending you the access maybe within a couple of hours, maybe by tomorrow, once this webinar is completed. So you will have my email for that. You will have a link of a form. You fill in there. You don't need to do any AI API key or whatever. We bear your API cost during the test. That's not an issue. And then it would take your form. Once a basic form is filled with a couple of 4 or 5 boxes, it would take 5 to 7 minutes. It would create your content and it would deliver you on email. And what you are going to get in your email, you are going to get your meta title, your meta description. It will also suggest you URL slug, what kind of URL slug you should use for your URL path for the post or page. It would also suggest you, it will also inform you how much credit balance you have, because this is in testing phase, so we have certain limit. I will disclose the limit very soon. It may be sufficient for most of the tester, but so it will also tell you that after this run how many credits are left in your balance. So that would be also into the mail. Then it will say you H1. It would say you the TLDR. TLDR is the first paragraph as close as possible, or after the H1 you should use it. And then it will give you the content around 1800 to somewhere 2300 words of the content. So it will create. And I have personally used it for English, and I also know Hindi. So I have also tested it today itself for the Hindi first time, and it was awesome. And I didn't do any changes. And there are lots of languages. I don't know how many of OpenAI support, how many of Cloud support, but I think every one of you, whatever the language you want, you should test it, because it's not to sell, it's for you, the testers, who will test it and will let me know how it works or not. If we find any issue, we fix it. Otherwise, I think the way today, without any code changes, the Hindi was just super. So I like the content, and I hope you will like your content in your language, whatever the language you prefer for your content. So one second. Okay, so this is the page where we have a live demonstration plan. So how many of you want me to have a live demo? Say me yes into the question area if you are connected with me. Sure. Okay. Okay. So let me just see a browser window if I can bring in. One second. You see the form onto the webinar now, right? A form is there, correct? Can you just let me know your yes if you see the form? Okay, you see the form. It's cool. So suppose your license is issued to your mail ID. In my case, my mail ID is this. So that's my mail ID. This is the app. Basically, this simple it is. And then suppose we have like main keyword. Say I would say web hosting India is my keyword. Web page of web hosting in India, Webji. So web page for web hosting India, I can just type in this way. Then we can, like Google have certain local search engines. So if you have a google.com.au, you just choose Australia as a Google search. In my case, it would be India. So I will do that. Then there is a language. So of course, there is lots of languages, and it's tested for 2 languages, and I believe the way I have coded it, it should work in all the other languages supported by the OpenAI, etc. So in my case, I would say it's English. So we have both the UK English and US English. So in case any language is missing, just let me know. I will share my contact details, so you can let me know. We can add up more language depending on it's supported by the AIs or not. And then my brand, so I can choose Webji as a brand and supplement content. Here you can say like this, web page. That's it, and submit. Wait for 5 minutes, you get your content onto your mailbox. So how many of you find it super easy? This much, nothing else. Can you let me know into the question area? How many of you find it super easy? Just to do it this way. Please answer into the question area. How many of you think it's very easy? Very easy. Caroline say, thank you. So now it's time that suppose it would take 5-7 minutes. So I personally think we can do a live run. So tell me, you want to do me a live run, or you want to see some of the content pieces which we have created? Tell me into the question area. Whatever way it works for you is okay for me. Both. Okay, cool. The content. Okay, Bruno Sai, the content. Just 1 second. Okay, the content. And content, Ashish Sai, Johnson Sai, both. Okay, cool. Let us try to see something. Let me bring in my another browser where you can see the content. 1 second. Let me just go to my Gmail where I got the content. Be with me. I'm just trying to find out the keywords to find the mail. 1 second. It should be with me. Okay, so yeah, we have one content piece here with me. Do you see my content onto the screen now? Say me yes into the question area. Okay. So the keyword name, you have, because maybe you fill the form 10 times or 20 times. You want to know those details, right? Because otherwise, how come you will know which content is for which page or which post? So it will tell you it's a blog post content based on your inputs. It will tell you it is a blog post for knee osteoarthritis. So the keyword is mentioned, the brand name is mentioned, the URL slug is mentioned, and of course it's my account, so 900 999k credits are there. I wish I can give this much to everybody. So then we have the meta title, so you can just copy the meta title to your box of the meta title in your CMS or WordPress. You have your meta description, and as I told you, this is your H1. So how many of you agree this is one of the best H1 for this context for a keyword? How many of you really see this H1 a really good H1? Physiotherapy for knee osteoarthritis, effective treatment and exercises at AQ Healthcare, right? Because that's how we make it, right? Then we have the second one, the TLDR. Like we are using the same keyword into the TLDR because it's most important. This is your first sentence after your H1. We need to have it optimized. And then we are talking about, like EEAT guidelines. We follow them into our content as much as possible with the AI. So it's saying the user may be looking like designed to elevated pain and improve mobility, right? So user got his point of solution, what he may be looking of it at AQ Healthcare, because I gave it like for a brand, so it's a little bit about the brand. We offer personalized plan, incorporate physical therapy techniques, especially for managing knee osteoarthritis. Okay, so it tells you a little bit about the context, what it is. It tells you about the risk. It tells you about its symptom and limitation. It tells you about the role of physiotherapy in knee osteoarthritis. It tells you why to choose physiotherapy for this problem. It tells you benefits and advantages of physiotherapy. It tells you how physiotherapy complements medical management, and then it's a identifying the pain patterns. Then it talks about the types of treatments in physio. How many of you would say super for these 11 types of treatment possible into this particular physiotherapy subject? How many of you would say wow for this one? It have the pain solution for what the person may be looking for, right? And it have the solution in the middle, and in the middle it's saying these are the ways how physio can list it. And then it's talk about patient education, and then a little bit of other type of content. It has certain FAQs, it has certain kind of insights. Okay, I got a feedback to many of the list. I tell you one thing, when we have it on a web page, we would have it like a half on size, right? There can be a sidebar or no sidebar depending on how you use it. So when you go at that level, it would look better. And also when you use this type of content, suppose your context has been done by this, and suppose like path of recovery you don't want to cover, so you can just skip that. So this is up to you how you use it. And I have, by the way, not tested it, but let us see some of the Quillbot score. Okay, so it's a AI detection tool by the Quillbot, and let us see what kind of score is there. So it's saying 26% human return, so a little part has been taken care there. And let me just show you some other content if I can find. Let me see. Okay, so it's one about the places to visit into the Jaipur, which is my city. And let us see its score. Content grading is like 19%. And let us see this one, physiotherapy for program for disabled children. And let us see this why. It's like 45%. So as I said you, it would vary, but sometime you get some good amount of score. And at the end of the session, we are going to have some of the tool disclosed which can help you proofreading the content. I won't suggest just copy paste. See what fits into your requirement, keep that part, and the remaining part you can just left it over. And I also tell you there are so many of the on page AI grader, I mean on page score checker. May it be Surfer SEO, may it be Fresh, may it be Scalanaut, may it be Stral. I have been testing it with all of them. It's not going to be green with everybody, but this is the content that help us in rank for last couple of months. So I tell you, like if you have an article like Joshan said, too many lists in the content, it's about, like suppose like you have a 4 page of blog post. How many of us want to read just para? So can even help your web page to be very systematically and organized, because it's a testing phase. So you all will have this tool. Try this, do whatever way you do the content, and try these couple of posts or pages with this way, and try to see if it helps you. If it helps you, then we get our solution. So try it this way. And then it's 6 point we have tester only access. So all the registrants to this webinar will have 50 content credits for free, and that would be valid up to next month 30th November 2024. So everybody who have registered, doesn't matter you have been into the webinar or time zone can be an issue, I can understand. So we will cover you there and you will have the free access to this app. You don't have to do any kind of charges for these content. We also have our Facebook group created. I'm sorry for this link, this is not the correct link. Let me get you the correct link for the group. One second. So one second. pxl AI. I think this should be the one I created. No, I will share you the link in a short while, just give me 1 second for it. We actually created a group. Why? Because all the testing we do today, I want all of us to be connected there. We can share our results. So I can share you it onto the slide as well. I'm sorry for the typing issue here. 1 second. Okay, so here we go. So this is our Facebook group over here. I'm sorry for the missing to the correct link. 1 second. From the current slide. So now you see the Facebook group access is pxl.to, the shortener of the URL, and then AI tools group. So join me there and use your 50 credits, do a couple of case studies, test it well. If you get some rank, hide your keyword, but share me your achievements or whatever way it helps you, because that would be so nice of you. That would even help me to understand when our beta is over. And also all the active testers who think their 50 credit limits are gone, just keep me posted. I will do whatever the best possible for you and allow you more time and more credits. So I want you to utilize this tool. I want you to test this tool and see in how many ways it can help you. And 1 second. Can you please confirm you see my screen with the tester only access, right, into the question area? Let me just see. Okay, cool. Now we go to the next slide. Tools I use. So markdown to HTML. What happens is sometime the app can share you a specific part in a markdown. Then you go and use markdown to HTML. How you use it? Suppose this is heading. 1 second. So you see this. So if you see any kind of hashes or those kind of things, just copy that part here. It is just because of beta, we will fix it, but 99% you won't have it. But anytime you have a markdown content, doesn't matter our app somewhere in 1% or anywhere else, just use this tool. Another tool I use is wordhtml.com. And suppose you got your content into your mail, just post it here. And here easily, it's a free tool, you can just edit whatever you want, remove anything if you think is not required before you publish. So these are the two free tools. I always daily basis use them, and it really helps me and my team there. And let us go back to the slides. Okay, so and one more thing, I personally don't do grammar checking. Why? Because most of the grammar now using AI, right? So if you we are already taking care of the necessary things with the app, but let it be human. Don't make those AI tools and then it decreases your humanization. So if you are a person who want more AI humanized content, then just let it use, don't use grammar tools. And if you are someone who don't care about the humanization but you want the perfect thing, then use whatever the grammar checker you use. So use it as per your wish. And personally, I have been not getting good result when I use those grammar checkers, to be honest. So I stopped using them. We saving our time, our team is saving our time, and we can do more posts than earlier. Okay, so now about how to reach me. As you know, myself Anand Maheshwari, it's my help desk ID. My hosting support is there, but they escalate all the SEO or app cases to me. So you can write to support@webji.services. You can also connect to me through the Skype ID. It's Anand Maheshwari 2010, as you see on the screen. Please join the Facebook group. Let us create a community, a small community, it's fine, but let us create the energy. Let us motivate others with the ideas. I would be also keep sharing my results there, so it would really help all of us. And at the end of that, I also want to help you. If you help me with the beta test, I want to help you with more credits as much as I can do for you. So that's there. And then our website would be AI SEO Writing Tools. The domain is booked. The website is just a dummy. We are still into the development because I thought it's good that you all have the access to the apps first as a tester. We also have our store at store.webji.services, where we have advertised a lot of white label services we provide to our agency clients. So we have clients from US, UK, and Australia, and other countries, and we provide them completely white label on page and off page SEO. I have my team here. That's a separate department of our team, and I also love SEO like you all do. And now it's the last thing. We have 13 minutes left. If anybody can have any questions, if you have any questions, please let me know. We can cover them all up now. So just let me know if you have any kind of questions with this. And in the meantime, you can write your question. In the meantime, I want to guide you some of the type of content you can create through the app, right? That would really help you, correct? So let me just share you some other type of things you can do. Okay, so suppose your keyword is places to visit in New York. Suppose this is your keyword, right? In that case, what you can do, you can just copy paste the same thing here, or you can mention some instruction if you want to. You can choose United States as a country, English. Okay, it's a good thing that we are doing this live. When you have a blog and you don't want to mention any brand name, just enter dot. So if you enter dot, it won't be brand name based content, rather it would be just informative content. Blog post for places to visit in New York. This is how I did it today. Okay. So this is the way how you can instruct type of content you need. I will change this to type of content or content created for. Supplement is a word by mistake here, but it should be like this. And suppose you want to make a web page content, plumber services in Miami. Suppose this is your plumber services in Miami. Okay, so we have the same, and suppose this time you have a brand ABC. My gosh, I clicked the button. Okay, no issue. We can just refill it in a quick. So here you can select United States and ABC Lumber, and then we can mention here web page and then submit. So now it would create you web page based content. And as I told you, it would follow up the writing style, it would follow up the readability score, it would also follow up EAT guidelines as much as possible. It would also follow up 20 to 50% of humanization for your content. All this done on autopilot. You all have those other apps where you decide which competition to use, correct? Can you say me yes? You have those tools where you have those uh, competition to select before the report is generated for on page, right? You all have that. Can you say yes to the question area? Yeah. So this tool is not like that. I just made this tool this simple. you give it a keyword, and you give it a purpose, what type of content you want. It would go there, read up the internet, top four of your competition, because I don't want to compete with 10th number or 15th number. So we are just taking care of four. And I tell you honestly, there is a background cost of Cloud, there is a background cost of Gemini, there is a background cost of AI, there is a background cost of scrapping, and we are using one of the leaders in the scrapping as well. I have funded 1 million credits for you all to test it in my scrapper, and each time we run it, maybe 100 200 credits are debited. So there is a background cost. But why I'm not interested to sell this? Just because I want you to make those case studies. I want it to be proven that this is the best solution we can have for our content. You have those 50 credits. If you are an active participant, you are contact me on Facebook or Skype or email, I give you extra credit for a couple of months. Just test it. We don't trust this app also. Okay, we don't want to trust another AI app. We want to trust what works for us. So if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it should not cost you anything. So how many of you would tell me you got another AI app where everything is there for you and it doesn't cost you anything? You just try it and make sure it works for you. How many of you would say it's a good idea that other app maybe they should follow this way? Because I want, you can create an entire 10 20 pages of websites. I request you all, feel free to post your questions. I will try to cover everything once I'm done with the webinar in the last part. So feel free to post me all the questions. I will try to answer them. I tell you some of the type of ways you can use this particular app. You can use this app for making your information blog. You can make it for listicle. Suppose I had to have a listicle, right? It's a good thing. 10 things, uh, 10 things to do for weight loss. Okay, so I put it like this: listicle for this. You see this? It's that easy. Just give it a little bit of instruction and it will be there. And since it's a beta phase, I would be checking the logs for the quality perspective. Like there can be issues. Sometimes you tell me, sometimes I identify, I would fix it, I would tune it. So these are the basic thing which you can instruct. It won't ask you. And one more thing, if you optimize your content for one app, suppose you optimize it for X on page app you use, and you optimize it for X. Now you copy the same content to the Y, you won't get that score, right? Can you say me yes? Two different app do not give you the right score same way. Even if your content is optimized for the other app, it won't be the same way score into the different app. Do you agree with me? Say me your answer into the question area. That's the box we have. So what happens is, every creator of an app have his own set of algorithm in his mind, in his vision. They create it that way. And which app is the best? In my testing phase, I say you decide. So if this works for you, this works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I don't want to sell something that doesn't work. Even the last app, Terry Power is here with us. Terry, would you confirm we did the same thing last time? We did a 400 test before we actually launched our app, right? So you can see the Terry Power is there. I believe he is connected. Terry, you confirm we did the same last time. We did enough case studies before we actually launched. 3 4 months we only did the testing, not launched the app. So the same way, this app, I tell you honestly, this app was created for my personal test, my personal use case. But I just thought, why not? If community can use it, we can have it more better audience and more better use cases. So do you let me just now go to the questions. Everybody is requested, please let me know your question to the question area. I'm picking one by one. Do you have a Python script running in the background, or what is going on? No, it's not a Python. It's basically so many no code apps you have. So N8N and so many other things you have, you just try that way. I'm open with the ideas. So because the thing is, like, can you create your own app? Yes, you can create. If you have an algorithm with you, you can go with make.com, N8N, or whatever tool set you like. So it's not about your tool set, it's about the logical, data flow you decide. That is what decide the content would rank or not. So in my case, like, I have done like months and months of work, and 90 plus steps are done before the content is out. So again, it's the same thing. You can create the content your way, or you can just use this way. 90 steps are done, and just try your way and this way, both, I would say, and try to find out which way it works for you. And then we have another question. Terry Power, do you recommend the content to be used to replace our own or add to our current content? Very good question, Terry. What I would suggest at this stage is you use it as a new content. And you can also use word.html.com, copy paste the email of the content you got, try to add up more sections which are missing into your existing content right now. But in the near future, Terry, what I would do is I would create a separate app where you give your current URL, and then it reads there and only give you the supplement extra content. So yeah, I take your feedback. We should have that in the next phase of our development, where it will only give you those 500,000 word extra which is missing into your piece of content. So right now, let me share you some of the case studies how you can use. You can make your entire website. Suppose 15 services pages, main page, home page, and 10 service pages you have, 11 pages you create like a web page, and would give you the content. And when you make a web page, don't be descriptive, just mention web page, it will know it. Okay, so that's the idea. And then you can also, suppose like you have a blog not doing well, I don't say it would work. It depends on so many things, what kind of penalty you have, but you can try it this way. Just take 5 of your posts, update their content with the current one, and use those one which are crawled but not indexed. So Google know it but didn't took it. And then do a submission through the Google Search Console and see if that indexes. If that indexes, that means Google now find your content better. Or make some new post to your existing blog. Use whatever tool you use. Just take it like an add-on. Try this way and that way and find out which one is the better. Because what I'm doing is also my test, because that's only why I'm with you today. If it was not enough tested, I won't be here with my webinar, because Terry know me for long, and of course it matters for me. When you all trust me, you are here, I want to show you something that really works. So it works, and you can also try. Make sure to join to our Facebook. As I gave you the URL is this one. Let me share you the URL. It's here, pxl.to/AI tools group. And let me cover up some of the other questions also. Terry Power said this is quite impressive. Everyone just need to try. Thank you, Terry. Yeah, I think it's the same way. Please try it. Don't think too many listicle or this or that. Just try it, man. Just say it, okay? And Terry Power say, are there any restriction for topics like casino, adult? Terry, I think it's subjective to the OpenAI. So, of course, there can be measurement, and yeah, I don't think it should work for adult. But for casino, I tell you, I can't talk about casino. It's prohibited in my state. But from my side, we just open it for your keyboard. So we don't know what you use. I hope that answer your question. So if the content comes, that means the app worked. If content doesn't come, maybe some filter has been there. So if you have a frequent situation where your content didn't came in 10 minutes, just budge me on Skype or Facebook group, and I will be with you. And when will be Hisiam is asking, when will be software testing period end? Might be a couple of weeks. It just depend on you testers, how many screenshots you share before I decide to launch you. But don't be, like thinking, shall I ask for more credit? You should always ask for more credit. Just use yours. And if you use yours, I would be helping you with more credit. So I want to be with you with your test. So that's the idea. So let me see, guys, if you have any other questions. We are already time up. Just waiting for a couple of more seconds before we end our webinar. Let me know if you have any other questions, guys. All the registrant to the webinar, I tell you, I'm going to upload it on YouTube. And if you are the one interested to test our app and you see this onto YouTube, join our Facebook group. You see into the slide I have shown, and then request me there in a PM for the access. I would be more than happy to help you with an access, but depend on our slots. If I have like 100 200 people already testing, then of course I don't have a slot, because I have to then pay more use fee to that scrapping APIs and all this. So it depends, but join the group, and I will be sharing you with my case studies and how it's doing. Ashish is asking, can you just show the login where to start? Ashish, I would send a mail within a couple of hours or by tomorrow. Within a couple of hours, you should have a mailer from my side. In the mailer, I would mention in the exact step, URL, or whatever you need. Every account will have 50 credits by default. Subject, you can contact me through the Facebook personal message or Skype me, and I can top up your account if you need more. But you have to use it. It can't be like 500 stacked. So use it. And Ashish is asking, and any tips for the first time users? Ashish, I say like some of the tricks I have already shared, how I managed it. I tell you one more trick, how I do a language content, right? That's a good one. You should know how to use the language part. Google input tools. So I'm using this one. Okay. Guys, I'm sorry I'm using a Hindi example, but you will understand why I'm doing this. Is your language can be a different one, but you can try the same way. uh, जयपुर में घूमने की जगह. Okay, so it's in Hindi. It's a type of places to visit in Jaipur, my city. So I will just copy this way, and I would say, I can say this way, listicles and then language, whatever word I have. Or I can say just this way. It would still make it. But the good thing with this one is you are actually forcing the software with your short note of listicle that think in this way. And this is given so much emphasis when your outline is created. So it would have direct impact. I won't suggest you type too much here. Just type the hint. Listicle, informative blog post, web page. And here, of course, if it's in Hindi, I need to choose Hindi. If it's in Hindi, I need to choose India. So this is my set of things. And yeah, that's the way how you use it. I don't have a cumbersome, like a portal and right now, and then you log in there, then you have 10 options. I think like if you just need a content, you have your content. That's the way I thought this app should be. And there is I tell you, in a background, I have been working on this app for last couple of months, maybe 5 6 months. Terry, I have been working it since even I started for Cora apps. So I have been working there so long, and hundreds of pages of prompt and data flow diagrams and this and that I have erased and then recreated, then erased, and the final product is the something which you all have. I hope it helps you all, and I want to thank you all for being here with me today. And I also want to apologize for the last time we delayed it for this week. So I have been some minor health issues, and that's why I thought we better do it the next week. And Terry Power, Anand is wonderful developer, and I should try this, and I will try this. So his software. Yeah, Terry, thanks for your support. You always have been helpful to me, and all of you who have been in this webinar, and also the one who come to the YouTube, join our Facebook, be with us. Let me share you some of the case studies because Terry, what I'm going to do the next, I'm going to make say like a couple of 10, 20 sites is my goal every month and try to rank them. And those all would be a little percentage humanized content. And I want to see how it works there. So our group should have case studies. Of course, we will do there. And I would also suggest you all to post your case studies, hide your keyword, but try to share your screenshot. Help getting others motivated, what works, what don't work. And that's actually the purpose of the testing. So the testing purpose won't solve if you just use it and you just keep it with you. Hide your keyword, but please share it onto the Facebook and join me there because I would be keep you posted about new developments of this app. And we will try to launch it in coming months or weeks, but right now it's free, 50 credits. Everybody will get an email whoever have registered to this webinar. Thank you very much. Namaskaram, and we see you the next time. Good day. Thank you.